Have you ever wondered if the pages of history hold more than just dates and names? What if some secrets are not meant to stay buried? We often dismiss fear as a mere story, a figment of our imagination. But when that fear stands before you in the form of a half-open door in the dead of night, reality begins to shatter. Today we aren't just discussing folklore or legends. We are uncovering the truth hidden behind silent, crumbling walls. This is the story of a place where time has stood still and where, after the sun sets, death itself seems to walk the corridors. Our journey into the darkness begins centuries ago, in an era when this place was not a silent ruin, but a hub of life and laughter. However, as they say, behind every great light, a shadow lurks. History tells us of a ruler who made a fatal mistake, a choice that awakened an ancient curse. In a single night, happy families vanished into thin air, leaving behind nothing but these hollow stone structures. Locals believe that their tormented souls still wander these halls, trapped between worlds, never finding the peace of the afterlife. As decades passed, the terror associated with this site only intensified. Those living nearby speak of chilling sounds echoing in the midnight silence, cries of despair, whispered warnings, and sometimes a haunting melody that seems to come from nowhere. Anyone brave enough, or perhaps foolish enough, to spend a night here never returned the same. Some lost their minds to the darkness, while others chose never to speak again. They all shared one chilling sentiment. Something was watching them from the shadows. Something that was definitely not human. Now, let me tell you about a real incident that was reported only a few years ago. A group of skeptics, armed with cameras and a lack of belief in the supernatural, decided to challenge the legends. They set up camp inside the main hall. Around 2 a.m., the atmosphere shifted despite the summer heat outside. A bone-chilling cold filled the room. One man noticed the heavy wooden door, which he had personally locked, began to creak open slowly. It wasn't the wind. It was as if an invisible hand was inviting him into the pitch-black hallway. Driven by a mix of adrenaline and dread, he approached the door. He turned on his flashlight, expecting to find a prankster or a logical explanation. But the beam of light revealed only dust motes dancing in the void. He described a feeling of intense pressure, as if the very air was pushing against him. Suddenly, he felt a warm breath against the back of his neck and heard a faint, raspy whisper. The group fled in terror, but they claimed the sensation of being followed didn't leave them until they crossed the city limits. To this day, he refuses to sleep in a dark room. In search of answers, paranormal investigators later visited the site with advanced equipment. They used electromagnetic field meters and shadows to capture what the human eye could not see. The results were staggering. In areas with no electrical wiring, the meters spiked to impossible levels. Thermal images showed human-shaped shadows standing in corners where the temperature dropped by over 10 degrees in seconds. Electronic voice phenomena. Recordings captured voices screaming in an archaic dialect, pleading for release. These are not just coincidences. They are the echoes of a history that refuses to die. Haunted history is more than just a scare. It is a reminder that there are forces in this world that defy our understanding of science and logic. The past has a way of lingering, waiting for someone to step into the shadows so it can tell its story once more. Have you ever encountered something you couldn't explain? Is there an old building or a lonely road in your town where the locals refuse to go at night? Tell me your stories in the comments below, and I will try to uncover the truth behind them. Next time you pass by an ancient ruin and feel a sudden shiver down your spine, do not turn around, because sometimes a wandering shadow of the past is looking for its next victim. Stay vigilant, keep your lights on, and always beware of the dark. Until next time on Haunted History.